While Hera is praised for being a wonderful buff goddess, Hades is known as the DPS goddess of 1.0. The next patch for Aether Gazer is September Fish, which hinted that Hades, one of the most powerful modifier, is coming out. And even after 2.0 in CN, she is still holding herself very well. If I have to rate her myself, I would say she's still the top 3 to top 5 DPS. If I had to choose in between, I would definitely pick Hera over Hades. Not because Hades is weak, but Hera just fits in every team well. Her faction is Olympus and she is a Dark Elemental character. She is a mid-range character controlling 2 puppets as her weapon known as Leus and Minty, if I could pronounce them correctly. I'm not really good with this Greek mythology name, apologize. Leus and Minty will also be available as a post-Grudge boss fight. They are actually one of the most fun boss fights to actually fight. Every time Leus attack, you'll lose 1 energy. Every time Minty attack, you'll gain 3 divine energy. Yes, I forgot to mention that Hades is divine energy type, or divine whatever. She's the purple bar. Hades has a basic attack of 4 combo with a combination of Leus attacking first, followed by several combo with Minty. So if you finish her 4 basic attack combo, you'll gain a total of 8 divine energy. It's always going to be 8. When playing Hades, it's very important to understand that you need to maintain your divine energy somewhere between 25 and 75. Why? Because only by maintaining there, you get a mercy token. For now, I'll call it the mercy token in CN, but global, we don't really know the name. For every 6 seconds, if you maintain your energy in between 25 to 75, you'll gain 1 mercy token. You'll need a total of 24 seconds to build up 4, because when you build it up, you can release a attack called the Duet, or I would like to call the Purple Barrage, dealing the most damage in Hades keys, which is total of 3742% damage. This barrage damage is scaled with the level 1 skill attack, meaning that if you want this to do well, make sure to max out the skill 1 attack. Now, the Mercy token, while not being used for the Puppet Barrage when released, each Mercy token will also increase your crit rate by 3% and crit damage by 5%, but it really isn't necessary. The main purpose of building this Mercy token is because you want to release Hades Barrage. When releasing the Puppet Barrage, Hades enters a mode for 5.5 seconds where she gains 12% crit rate, 56% crit damage, 6000 fixed damage, and slow the targeted enemy. This buff will last for around 9 seconds after the 5.5 seconds mode gone. While the puppets are doing their Duet or Puppet Barrage attack, your divine energy bar is not affected, and this is the only time it's not affected, so just think of it as a special case. There's no special lore behind it. Now let's talk about Hades skill 1. Hades skill 1 is changing between Leus mode or Minty mode. By default, Hades will always start the game in Minty mode. It is a little bit confusing to understand how Hades works. Like if you tap the skill 1 and then there's like 2 icon right there, but that way you activate your skill 1 or skill 2 or skill 2 or skill 3. That way you'll know that you're actually in Leus mode. Like if I tap skill 1 again, there's 2 icons again, and then I press a skill 3. Now I realize that, oh, I'm actually in Minty mode. Every time you tap skill 1 and change into a mode, the next skill, whether it's skill 2 or skill 3, depending on which one you tap first, they will be enhanced. So in Minty mode, skill 2 deals a total of 1684% damage or 2919% damage if the skill is enhanced, meaning that you swap the mode and then that's the first skill 2 is the first skill you tap, then you'll have the higher percentage. But this skill will also add a debuff to the enemy. It doesn't matter if it's enhanced or not, receiving a total of 180% damage every 2 seconds for 8 seconds, which is a total of 720% damage. Minty skill 2 will give you 6 divine energy and has a cooldown of 6 seconds. However, if enhanced, you'll lose 4 divine energy, which losing is not bad. If you're above, then maybe you want to lose it, right? Leus skill actually deals the same amount of damage even in enhanced. The only changes is that you'll lose 9 divine grace, but if enhanced, the same as 4 divine grace, which is okay. Okay, I want to correct something that I said wrong while recording, right? So if you swap and the next buff is enhanced, right? If you tap the skill 2, there will not be a damage over time debuff. It has to be not enhanced. So it's better to use skill 3 first, then followed by skill 2. Now if I press skill 2 and it's not enhanced this time, you can actually see that there's a burning flame. This is actually Leus mode, right? It burns for 120%. for 12 seconds, which is 1440% for Luce mode. Actually, it's pronounced as Luca. I'm sorry, I didn't do my research enough before doing this video. Now let's talk about her skill tree. Both Luce and Minty mode will deal a total of 1871% dark damage. Both skill tree will gather enemy or pull enemy. Now, I realized something while editing the video again. Now, if you swap and then there's skill tree is not enhanced, there's gonna be this little thing under enemy, right? That means they're the ones that's being enhanced, right? So enhanced skill are not going to be able to pull enemy. As you can see, it's not enhanced, but if it's cooldown again and I try to pull them, it will work. There you go. See, you can actually see that you're pulling them closer. So if it's enhanced, it will not pull enemy. So it's much more recommended after you swap, do your skill 3 first, followed by a skill 2 because it has damage over time. If you enhance, like after swapping between the mode and skill 3 is the first skill you use, it deals a total of 2694% on both and has a cooldown of 6 seconds. Minty mode will get you 15 divine energy, but you lose 3 divine energy if it's enhanced, while Luce mode will minus 14 divine energy and 3 divine energy if enhanced. By now you probably get the picture that Luce mode will reduce your divine energy and Minty mode will add your divine energy. But if it's enhanced, then that's a different story. And damage wise, it's pretty much the same. Animations is a bit different. So Hades Ultimate deals only 2245% AoE damage, but this will reset your divine energy to 50. So in case you messed up your divine energy rotation or whatsoever, there is a rotation. Hades dodge is nothing special except that it will slow the attackers. If you trigger an effect, you will not enter the matrix mode, but it will just slow the enemies for like about 4 seconds if not mistaken. But Functor is definitely not a must because they only buff her puppet barrage, nothing else in her kit. The Functor gives an additional total damage of 1200% for the puppet barrage. The fixed damage buff during the puppet barrage mode is further increased from 6000 to 8000 or 20,000 depending on the Functor level for 9 seconds. It's definitely great if you can have it, but having Hera over this is definitely way better because Hera fits in different team. Hera buff more and Hera has a lower cooldown between building for the puppet barrage. Aether codes is very simple. I don't care about the other one, just build the red one. Red one will give you 12% damage dealt more by maintaining your divine energy around 25 to 75, which is the main priority when using Hades, because only by doing that you'll have the puppet barrage, right? When Hades divine grace is more than 30 and less than 70, the mercy token acquire time is reduced by 1.5 seconds. Not very hard to maintain. So basically it reduced from 24 seconds to 18 seconds. So basically it's a 6-second reduction, allowing you to build out your puppet barrage way faster, which is your main priority. And raid 3 definitely is a must as it gives you more damage, but it's really harder to maintain as you're gonna maintain it between above 40 and below 60. Now, so guild build for Hades hasn't changed much over the time. Even in CN, you use Dark Plague and Charon's Obal in this direction. And if you plan to Omega her, which is very expensive, but you can afford it, Omega Griffin's Pride can be used and will be replaced by Lord of the Sky in the future. Team building wise, Hades is a lot simpler. Just bring Hera for the dual faction Olympus buff, or Oniri, which is a new character, just alongside her at Lolly, which they have dual ultimate. So it's good for you to easier to reset. But if you don't want her and you wanted more damage, you can put Arctic Abyss Poseidon, right? But in the future, I still prefer Hades, Hera, and Gang Chang. This is my most fastest team in clearing anything in my opinion. Hades has a total of 4 skins, which is her default, and then her dress during her event, and then her summer skin during summer 1, and then for next year's summer, you'll also get a free skin which doesn't have a lot of effect or a lot of cloth. But is that a win? I'm not really sure. In my opinion, Hades isn't a must pull compared to Hera. Like I said again, if you can definitely get Hera, but Hades is definitely not a loss. She has such a big ult buy, that armpit stretch. Thank you all so much for watching. Zackie-Senpai here. What do you think about Hades? Leave them down in the comment section below. And if there's any question, I'll try my best to answer. And hey, it's just a gaming channel.